Hey, Coach Justin here, and tryouts will be here before you know it, and that means it's time to get back to work. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 7 exercises that will help you throw harder. Let's just get straight into it. We've got 7 exercises total, 3 plyometric exercises, 2 med ball exercises, and 2 band exercises. Exercise number 1 is gravity box jumps. This is a great plyometric exercise that can be done literally anywhere. It's going to help you engage your legs more, which is extremely important when it comes to adding velocity. So grab a bucket, a chair, or anything else to sit on. Be resourceful and use what you have. Now you want to think of this almost like a one-legged vertical leap. Simply sit down on the bucket, bring your arms back while you lower your upper body to the ground, and then explode off one foot. Try to do 10 jumps per set, alternating between your right and your left leg. Exercise number 2 is split squat jumps. This is another great exercise that can be done with very little space. You're going to really feel this one in your quads, your glutes, and your hamstrings. My favorite part about this exercise is that it actually helps you develop strength and power simultaneously, and it also forces you to get into a triple extension position, which is what you'll want to do when you're throwing as well. So start with one leg forward and one leg back. Sink down into an athletic position where your knee is just slightly above the ground. Then you want to explode and jump as high as you can. While in the air, switch your feet and land softly in an athletic position and immediately begin the next rep. A pro tip with this exercise is when you get to the 4th or the 5th rep, you're going to begin to feel a little bit of fatigue, both mentally and physically. I want you to push through it and continue to jump as high as you can with each rep. Don't just go through the motions with this exercise. You truly get out what you put in. Exercise number 3 is broad jumps to skaters. Now you've probably done a broad jump before. You've also probably done a skater before. Now we're going to combine these 2 great plyometric exercises into one. The first part of this exercise is the broad jump. So start with your feet about shoulder width apart and a slight flex in your knees. You want to lower your center of gravity while simultaneously bringing your arms back. Explode forward and jump as far as you can. Now, you'll notice that the faster you move your arms, the further you'll jump. Land softly in an athletic position, then immediately jump to one side, then the other. Balance is a huge component in this exercise. Push off and land on the inside part of your foot so your weight doesn't drift out over your knee. With exercise number 4, it's time to finally bring out the medicine ball. We've got overhead med ball throws. Start in an athletic position with the ball in front of your chest. Bring the medicine ball down between your legs, then explode and launch it over your head as far as you possibly can. Now, a pro tip with this exercise: most players use all arms in this drill, just like most players use all arm when throwing a baseball. But I know you're not most players, right? So if you really want to throw this medicine ball a long way, and if you really want to throw a baseball as hard as possible, then it comes down to using your big muscles to maximize your power. So use your legs and watch your distance and your velocity improve. With the 5th exercise, we're going to incorporate a rotational component. I like to call this throws behind. Now this drill will increase your ground reaction forces and your rotational power output, which is really the ultimate combination for high velocity throwing, which is what it's all about, right? Start with the med ball in the center of your chest, then lower it down to your throwing arm side about hip height. Now that means if you're a right-handed thrower, you'll bring it down to your right side. Then from there, you want to rapidly explode and throw the ball slightly backward and to the opposite side. Remember, with these med ball exercises, we want to be explosive and quick. The more explosive you go, the harder you'll throw. Remember that. And another important point with this exercise is to make sure that you also throw the ball the opposite direction. So for a right-handed player, be sure you're also making throws to your right side. Exercise number 6 is our very first band exercise. These are called reverse throws. If you don't have a set of bands already, get one. Every player looking to keep their arm healthy and strong needs to be using these. They're cheap and they're extremely effective. All right, let's get into the exercise. You want to place the clip of the band near the bottom of the fence, about shin height. Now, why is this called reverse throws? Well, we're going to start at the end of our throwing motion. So for a right-handed player, start with your left foot forward, your chest and your chin over your front knee, and your right arm in the follow-through position. All we're going to do is make a reverse throwing motion. So bring your throwing arm back from the end of the throwing motion to the beginning. Now, the pro tip here is that this is not a slow exercise. It should be done relatively quickly. You want to control the resistance throughout the entire rep, but don't be methodical with this one. You should really feel this on the backside of your shoulder. That brings us to exercise number 7, band pull-aparts. Now, this is a phenomenal exercise for the overall health of your arm. You probably have never done this exercise before either. So let's just jump into it. Start by holding the bands in both hands and then place your arms out in front of your body. There should be a little bit of slack in the bands. From that position, simply pull apart your hands and you're going to feel the resistance start to build. You want to finish this exercise with your arms completely out to your sides, and you'll notice at that position the band is going to be fully taut against your chest. So then repeat. Again, we want to focus on maybe 10 reps for this exercise. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Add these exercises to your routine and you'll be throwing harder in no time. And if you want to boost your velocity even further, then grab a copy of my free Elite Velocity Protocol. The details are down below in the description and in the first comment.